day 52. So I am into my 8th week on plan, managing to cope very well on step 2 with just 1 indomethacin, touch wood, at the moment in the evenings, and that's helping to control my pain well. So long may that continue. I've got another week on plan fully, and then I have to come off for when I go into hospital, and for some days afterwards. So I'm just going to make the most of this next week, get off as much as I can. I was talking today to my friend Claire, my dear friend Claire, if you're watching this, and we were just talking about all sorts of stuff, actually. But one of the things that really hit me as I was chatting with her was that what is it that's been motivating me to keep going? And I hadn't really put 2 and 2, in fact it's 1 and 1 and 1 together, until I verbalized it to her. So particularly if you're a woman, it is so important to talk with your friends. So important, not just because it lifts your mood, which it definitely did talking to you, Claire, but also because women process stuff by talking about it. Well, most women do. It's a massive generalization there, but most women process things by talking. Men less so, but research has shown that is how us women process stuff. So friends are really important, and being able to just let it all out. Anyway, the thing that I really put 1 and 1 and 1, or 2 and 2 together, is that there are 3 things that have coincided for me that have all made me become highly motivated to lose this weight. It was actually only one thing that triggered it all off, and I can see it very clearly now, and that is this very frightening time while I was being diagnosed with my hemicrania continua. It's such a mouthful, isn't it? Which basically means continuous head pain. It means that I'm going to be in pain in my head forever until I die, and the only thing that's going to keep that pain, which can be excruciating if it's allowed to build and build, is very strong drugs or this treatment that I'm having in hospital. And when I got that diagnosis, and as I was going through, because there were other quite scary possibilities before we actually got that diagnosis, when I was going through that, I realized how oh my God, I'm the one responsible for this. And I don't mean that as in self-blame, but as in my priority was not, as I don't think it is for any of us until something like this hits us, my priority was not my health. I mean, I was trying to be healthy, I was eating healthy foods, but we know that fat exudes an inflammatory enzyme. And I'm looking back now at that time when I was putting on weight, with no blame at all, but putting on the weight. And of course, part of me thinks, okay, did I cause this to happen by actually putting on weight and having this inflammatory enzyme floating around my system? And who knows, maybe that started attacking my trigeminal nerve, which is the nerve for me that's affected. And once I accepted that personal responsibility, and I'm really stressing here, I'm not full of self-blame and anger at myself. I'm really not. I look back with massive self-compassion because it was a horrible time. But once I accepted that personal responsibility, from that point, I then, first thing I did was contact my personal trainer, and I've been working with her for 3 months now, and gradually it's very exciting seeing my muscle mass increase and increase and increase. I got back on plan. As you all know, 1.5 stone now gone, a little bit more now actually. And the third thing I've done is I have really started researching, and it was something I've always been interested in, but I've really started researching healthy eating and what that really means, because there's so much misinformation out there and conflicting information. So I've invested, and it's been quite an investment, but I've invested in a course that I'm doing, which is and no guesses as to why I've chosen to do this course. It's called the How to Eat to Beat Disease course, and obviously, I'm looking at it from the perspective of, will this help me? But all those three things, sorting out my weight, getting fitter and healthier with my personal trainer, and then educating myself, are all about taking personal responsibility for myself. And it took that event to prompt it. So first of all, I wanted to just share that with you all. If you're struggling, you really need to look at what is it that's going to really motivate you, because oh my God, this has really put a rocket up my bum and has not just motivated me to lose weight, but motivated me to do all these other things as well. And then the other thing I wanted to say today was it's so worth it. It's so worth it. If you talk about non-scale victories, I'm wearing a brightly coloured top today that didn't fit, eight weeks ago now, didn't fit, and it's stretched across my tummy. I'm confident enough now to wear something that's much more brightly coloured. I'm fitting into my smaller clothes. I even tucked it in at the front today, whereas, what do they call that? The French tuck, which apparently is very trendy. Wouldn't do that with a big tummy. I don't mind doing these videos anymore for you because I don't mind the image that I see coming back. I'm no longer angsting about catching sight of myself in the reflection in the windows, whereas before I started on Plan, I used to come into my office here and I would shut the curtain even in daylight because I didn't want to catch that sideways glimpse of myself in the window. I mean, it's just so sad, isn't it? That self-loathing and just awfulness and horribleness we carry inside. And 8 weeks in, oh my goodness, it feels so good to feel better about myself.